evening, Lesley.
Hi there, Eric.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Well, first of all, can I say thanks for joining me on the call this evening. I know you're a busy lady, so I appreciate you taking the time out.
My pleasure.
Before we kind of get started on the program properly then, can you sort of, or the conversation, should I say even, can you just remind me as to what you've done since starting on the program in terms of weight loss?
So far, I've lost just under half pound under 2.5 stone.
Fantastic. And what sort of time frame was that in, Lesley?
In about 20 weeks.
20 weeks, okay. Has that felt like a challenge for you, or?
I mean, I have to admit, from my perspective, I probably could have lost it more quickly if I hadn't have had, the occasional weekend away, slight overindulgence, etc.
Yeah.
But I actually chose to take it at a slightly steadier pace. So I knew that for me, that would work better from a long-term perspective of maintaining my weight, rather than trying to do it all at once and then not having the ability to carry on with that same said lifestyle.
No, fantastic. And before I get into any sort of real specific questions, can you maybe give us just a bit of background for anybody that's listening, background, age, occupation, that type of thing?
I'm 41, I'm a mother of 2 small children, and I work full-time at the mobile company Orange as a partner director. So have a very busy family life and a very busy working life as well.
Right, yeah. And before starting on the program, Lesley, just describe briefly what your general health and energy levels were like before you started out.
My health was probably, fairly okay. My energy levels definitely needed some working on. Having 2 children and having a full-time job was not easy. I did exercise, but it was a little bit of hit and miss. Sometimes I'd exercise quite regularly, and other times, weeks would go by and I hadn't exercised at all. So I definitely, had some work to do to get my energy levels up.
Yeah. And what did you see as any sort of potential barriers before you started out on the Coach Me Slim and Trim program?
Probably the fact that I knew by myself I could get to a certain level, but I would get to a level that was, okay as far as losing weight was concerned, and okay as an average level of fitness. But I know by myself I wouldn't have lost as much weight as I have, and I wouldn't be as fit as I am, because I would have accepted only going so far rather than pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and now actually being slimmer than I've been in probably well over 23 years.
Right, okay, fantastic. And since losing, you said 2 stone and?
Just under 2.5 stone.
Just under 2.5 stone. What differences would you say you've seen or noticed?
Oh, huge. My energy levels are significantly higher. Obviously my figure is completely transformed. I've gone from a size 14 down to a size 10. But saying that, today I actually had to buy 2 skirts and a dress in a size 8, and I never ever envisaged I would be, that slim ever.
Right.
And it's just genuinely, my whole demeanour is, I've never lacked confidence, but I'm definitely feeling even more confident and just genuinely feeling very positive and very enthused about life.
No, that's fantastic to hear. And what was it that made you, because I'm assuming you've probably tried things in the past to lose weight, what was it that made you choose the Coach Me Slim and Trim program?
I can remember actually reading something in the Salisbury Journal around about the middle of February. My little boy was in hospital, unfortunately, with pneumonia, and I actually read the article about how you'd helped another lady. I knew having a personal trainer would help me, because I knew I needed somebody to help motivate me from an exercise perspective, but having the additional support as far as advice about what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, and to actually start thinking about what was going into my mouth, that's made probably at least a stone's difference to my weight.
Wow.
I would have probably got to 10, 11 stone possibly on my own, but I wouldn't have gotten, down to 9 stone 13, because I would have just basically accepted, oh, I'm meant to be a 12, here I am, I'm at that weight, and I would have probably stuck there for a little bit and then put the weight back on. whereas to have lost that additional stone and had the significant benefits I've had as far as how I look, how I feel, I've done that because of working with you and the programme, and I couldn't have done this alone, basically. I would have given up and I would have accepted far less than I've now been prepared to accept.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. And could I just ask, in relation to the program, were you a little bit surprised that when we started on the program that we didn't go straight into exercise or food? We started off with a mindset. Did that come as a surprise at all?
Yeah, it did. Absolutely. I think when we first talked about it, before we actually started the first day, it was a slight frustration for me, because probably like most people, when they decide to go on a diet, it is about what you eat and it is about how much exercise you do. But actually, what you taught me was the commitment you have to give to lose the weight, to do the exercise, is about understanding what's going on at the top, basically. So by me understanding what's going on in my head has allowed me to be a lot more sensible about what goes in my mouth and the exercise, I do now on a very, very regular basis. So doing it the way around that you did definitely helped me.
Okay. And how confident are you now about taking forward your sort of new health and figure and what you've achieved over the last sort of 20 weeks?
Probably, for me, the real hard work starts now, because I've been in the mindset of, being on a diet for, many, many, many years. I've lost weight, put it on, lost weight, put it on. Never lost this much weight, have never been this fit, this trim. I'm determined that I will stay there, but I'm not going to be complacent about it. Just as it took, 20 weeks to lose the weight, it could take just another 20 weeks to put your weight back on again. So it is about commitment. It is about recognizing that not very many people are slim without making the effort to be slim, but you've taught me the tools I need to ensure that I continue to eat the right things, recognize that yes, I can have the occasional treat, I can allow myself to have the odd overindulgence, but I then have to come back most of the time to being good and to continue, very importantly, the exercise. If I overindulge, I have to make up for it with the exercise that I'm doing, and that seems to have helped me. I know at the weekend I can have a glass of wine, I can have a bar of chocolate, but I also know I can't continue doing that in the week as well if I don't want to see an increase on the scales.
Sure. And for anybody listening and thinking about starting on the Coach Me Slim and Trim program, what maybe one tip would you give to them, you think?
One tip. I think the one tip is don't think about it, do it. I think we can think about these things for far too long, basically, and I think one of the worst things as women we do is say, I'll start my diet on Monday, and then spend the preceding weekend filling our faces with as much as we possibly can. So I do think it is about starting ASAP and making a commitment to yourself that the only person you're cheating if you decide to not follow through with the eating plan, not to follow through, with the exercise is yourself, and you're just wasting time. I wished I'd come across you many, many months ago, many years ago probably, and if I'd started sooner, I'd have gotten here sooner, so really just do it.
No, that's fantastic. Well, Lesley, look, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you this evening. I appreciate you taking the time out to do so. And I'm sure we'll keep in touch.
Definitely.
Take care, and I say thank you very much for your time this evening.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, bye.